Hello everybody. Today we're going to be doing some makeup and hair tutorials just to kind of get everybody ready for competition and recital season. So I'm going to be showing a look that we would normally do on the combo classes, the tiny boppers, and primary ages. I have a little model here, Elin. She's going to be helping us out today. So just to start with, for the little ones, it's not really important that they're wearing foundation or powder. If that's not gonna work, that's totally fine. Usually the most important things we want to see is if you're able to put on a little bit of eye makeup, to put on a little wing of a eyeliner and a little bit of mascara, that would be awesome. If that's a struggle, then that's okay too, but the really important thing is the lipstick and the blush. So we're just going to do a really simple look using those kind of things. Bit of eye makeup and eyeliner. So I find really well for doing a winged liner, a gel liner or a liquid liner works usually better than using the sticks, but whatever you prefer. So you're just going to close your eyelid, go right along the lash line and kind of follow it up just a smidgen. Perfect. Okay, we're going to do the other eye just to kind of show them. So we just did a really simple little liner on her eyes there. So I'm going to just be putting a little bit of mascara. Just look up a little bit. With the little ones, sometimes it can be a struggle to get mascara on them. So that's why I say if it's a big battle, we'd rather have no tears and have a happy dance experience than have mascara on them. But if you're able to, that's awesome. Look at the camera, so it just defines everything just a little bit more. So the next thing we're going to be applying is a little bit of blush. We're going to be putting a little bit, you want a really pinky blush when you're using it for on stage, so it's not so much of like a more neutrally day color, because you really want the cheeks to pop. So she's just going to smile for me. Awesome. And then right on the apples of the cheek, we're just going to make a really big little circle and up. Right along that smile line. Perfect. Good job, Elin. Now, with dance makeup, you do want it to look a little more dramatic than it would look on like a daily basis. So if you saw Elin in person right now, her cheeks look very, very pink, and probably she wouldn't go out like this on a daily basis, but for stage, this type of makeup is perfect. And you're just going to look towards the camera, Elin, so we can see there from a distance, which is what we're going to be looking from on stage. You can see really well her cheekbones. Now I'm going to apply some lip product, a lip liner, if that works for you. It just kind of helps the lipstick not to run. And then applying the lipstick in the middle. If that's a big deal to do lip liner, once again, like I said, we would prefer to have a happy dance experience than a not so happy one. If that's a big deal, just lipstick is fine. So I'm just going to put a little bit on here. So you're just going to, open just like that. Good job, Elin. Like this. Yeah, awesome. I'm just kind of filling this in a little bit on the upper lip because this is just going to help the lipstick to stay a little bit better. Good job. And then I just picked this up at the drugstore, but this is just this little, the brand is NYX, and it's just like a little palette of a bunch of different reds. So just using a little Q-tip. If you have a little brush or like an actual lipstick, that works obviously better, but we're just going to use this for today. So open up nice and big. Good job, Elin. Like this. Perfect. Here we go. And if there's any little areas where you kind of go out of the lines, you can take just a little bit of makeup remover on a Q-tip, or you can just take a Q-tip sometimes where it's just fine too. Sometimes on stage their eyebrows can get a little bit lost, so if you want to do a little bit of coloring into them, just give them some color and some definition, that's always a good thing. This product I really like to use, it's by the brand Essence, and you're able to find it at Shoppers Drug Mart or Superstore. It's about $2 or $3, and it's just like a little bit of a wand that has some color in it to just go through the brows. So we're just going to color in Elin's brows just so that we can see them a little bit more on stage. You can see the difference already, Elin. Just look at the camera. This one's got some more color to it. So there we've got our makeup look. The stage makeup, when you're purchasing it, you don't have to be purchasing high-end makeup or expensive makeup to get the right stage look. Some really good brands from the drugstore that sell inexpensive, good stage makeup, I would say, are the brand Essence. Like I had said, you're able to find that at Superstore or Shoppers. Another brand is Maybelline. They have some really good stuff. And Wet n Wild actually is very inexpensive, and there's quite a few little palettes or cheek colors, that kind of thing, that you can get for $1.99, $2.99. So if you're wanting to make up a little dance kit, I would recommend trying those kinds of brands. If you do have any questions, you're always welcome to ask one of the teachers, or you can email the studio. And I'm just going to move on to the hair. Doing a high bun. Now usually with the little ones, we don't usually like to do a part. It's just a little bit easier. It's a little bit more of a high bun than what it is when they're a little older. So I'm just going to start by kind of combing the hair back with my fingers to try and make a little bit of a shape of a bun. Most of the hair is usually a high bun, or it might be curly ponytails or a curly pigtail. And a lot of times with the little ones, it's just easier to get a hair piece than it is to curl the hair. If you want to curl the hair, that's totally fine. Now that we've got that nice high ponytail, it's kind of right at the top of her head. I'm just using a little clear elastic because I just find those work really well to grip right onto the hair. And I'm just going to take a little bit of hairspray here. I'm just going to use my fingers and kind of pull back some of those little flyaways. I'm just going to take my little comb here, and we're just going to kind of comb back some of those hairs a little bit. Another really good tip is using a little toothbrush. That works usually really well to comb back all of those little baby hairs and get them into that hairspray. Right, so now that we've got that ponytail all ready to go, I'm going to be using one of these little bun helpers, and I purchased these at the dollar store. They're like $1.25, or if you really want, you can make one too. But you can just take an old sock and roll it up and then cut off the toe, and that usually works quite well as well. So I'm just going to be inserting this at the top of the ponytail and pulling all of her hair through. I'm just going to be pulling this hair, looping it through and around, kind of throughout the bun. With the little ones, if their hair is really short, if you just pull the hair through once and you drape it over and pin it, that's fine too. This just kind of helps to give the illusion that they have a little bit more fuller of hair. I'm just going to clean it up with a little bit of some pins and elastics. Take a little clear elastic again, and we're just going to stick this right over top of the hair in the bun just to secure everything really well. Perfect. And you can see this beautiful bun now right at the top of the head, nice and full. It looks like she has tons of hair. And then if you would like just to secure it, you can put a couple of little pins. And then if there is a couple little flyaways, you can usually just pin them back with the bobby pins. And then you just want to always give it a really good spray with some hairspray or some hair gel if you prefer, just to get all of those flyaways from fly away. So I'm just going to be inserting one of these little hair pieces. So if the hair for the dance is a high curly ponytail, you can curl it if you'd like, or this is usually a really easy, quick alternative, and it looks fabulous on stage. So these are purchased at usually Stage Stars in Prince Albert, or I believe you can purchase them at Dance Street as well. So this one has just like a little pulley with some elastic around it, or you can usually get the ones that, these ones are just a little bit smaller and it's just an elastic that goes all the way through. So either would be fine. This was just a little bit fuller. So we're gonna put this one right over top of the bun. That's usually the best way to apply it. And then I'm just gonna pull this little drawstring really nice and tight around the bun, and we're just gonna kind of tuck that in there just to hide that. They usually have a lot of different colors you can choose from at Stage Stars to match. And then you always want to secure it a little bit with bobby pins, because nothing's worse than losing your hair on stage. Once you're moving around and making your head kind of go back and forth a little bit, it can get a little bit loose. Kind of all around that edges of that net, you're going to want to put some bobby pins. And because you have that bunny in there, you can actually usually stick one right through the middle into the bun holder. I would probably, if I'm going on stage, put about 5 to 10 more pins just to really hold that in there. And then she's just going to move her head around And you can see that it's nice and bouncy, it's not coming out, it's nice and stable, and it looks super nice and full. Yeah, so that's usually the easiest way to do the hair. Sometimes if it's the 2 pigtails, you're just parting it in the middle and doing 2 pigtails, and then you can either do 2 of these, or there's these smaller ones that attach quite nicely that you can attach on the sides, or if you do want to curl the hair again, you're more than welcome to. All done with the hair. Thank you very much for watching.